Some trucks earned money, some trucks built companies, but only a few earned something far more valuable: respect from every trucker who ever climbed behind the wheel. Long before modern electronics, touchscreen dashboards, and automated transmissions, these machines conquered mountains, hauled impossible loads, and survived millions of miles of punishment. From legendary bulldogs of the Great Depression to highway kings that dominated America's roads, these are the 10 old Mack trucks that became legends and the reason truckers still talk about them today. Number 10. Mac AC. Long before modern semi-trucks dominated America's highways, there was a machine so tough, so dependable, and so respected that it helped establish Mack as one of the most trusted names in trucking history. Meet the Mac AC. Introduced in 1916, the Mac AC arrived during a time when trucks were still proving themselves against horse-drawn transportation. Roads were rough, reliability was often questionable, and many businesses still weren't convinced that motorized trucks represented the future. The Mac AC changed that perception forever. Nicknamed the Bulldog Mac, the AC became famous for its distinctive appearance. Its blunt hood, massive radiator, and rugged construction gave it a powerful, muscular look that reminded people of a bulldog. According to company history, British soldiers during World War I were among the first to compare Mack trucks to bulldogs because of their ability to keep moving under harsh conditions. The nickname stuck, eventually becoming the symbol of Mack trucks itself. But the AC's reputation wasn't built on looks alone. Powered by a large 4-cylinder gasoline engine, the truck delivered impressive pulling power for its era. While many early trucks struggled with heavy loads and poor roads, the Mac AC was specifically designed to tackle difficult conditions. Its chain-drive system, though simple by modern standards, proved extremely durable and capable of handling heavy-duty work. Number 9. Mac EH. If the Mac AC helped build Mac's reputation, the Mac EH helped carry that reputation through one of the most challenging periods in American history. Introduced in 1936, the EH arrived during the final years of the Great Depression, when trucking companies needed vehicles that could survive hard work, rough roads, and tight budgets. The EH quickly proved that it was exactly the truck they needed. At first glance, the EH looked far more modern than the Mac AC that came before it. The truck featured a streamlined design that reflected the changing automotive styles of the 1930s. Its rounded fenders, improved cab, and more refined appearance signaled that trucking was entering a new era. Yet beneath that more modern exterior remained the same Mac philosophy that drivers had come to trust: build it strong enough to outlast almost anything. The EH was powered by Mac's dependable gasoline and diesel engines, giving operators flexibility depending on their needs. Mac had already established a reputation for building rugged power plants, and the EH continued that tradition. These engines were known for their ability to work long hours under heavy loads without constant mechanical problems. In an era when reliability could determine whether a trucking company survived or failed, that reputation meant everything. Then came World War II. During the war years, trucks became critical to military logistics, and Mac's reputation for durability made its vehicles highly valuable. While military production shifted toward specialized wartime vehicles, the engineering principles that made the EH successful continued influencing Mac's heavy-duty designs throughout the conflict. Number 8. Mac LJ. By the end of World War II, America was changing rapidly. Factories that had produced military equipment were returning to civilian production, businesses were expanding, and freight demand was growing across the country. Trucking companies needed vehicles capable of handling heavier loads, longer distances, and tougher workloads than ever before. Mac's answer was the Mac LJ, a truck that would become one of the company's most respected post-war heavy haulers. Introduced in the late 1940s, the LJ represented a major step forward in heavy-duty trucking. Unlike many earlier trucks that were designed primarily for local hauling, the LJ was built with serious commercial transportation in mind. It featured a larger, more capable chassis, improved powertrain options, and the kind of rugged engineering that had already become synonymous with the Mac name. What immediately set the LJ apart was its size and presence. These trucks looked powerful even when standing still. Their long hoods, large fenders, and commanding stance made it clear that they were designed for hard work. Truckers quickly learned that the LJ's appearance accurately reflected its capabilities. Under the hood, buyers could choose from Mac's increasingly respected diesel engines. During this period, diesel power was becoming more common throughout the trucking industry because of its superior fuel efficiency and durability. Mac's diesel engines earned a reputation for delivering strong torque, allowing the LJ to pull heavy loads over steep grades and difficult terrain without excessive strain. Another reason truckers respected the LJ was its straightforward design. Mechanics could service the truck without dealing with complicated systems, and owners appreciated the relatively simple maintenance requirements. When repairs were needed, the truck was built to be worked on rather than replaced. Number 7. Mac B61. If there is one classic Mac truck that instantly comes to mind for many truck enthusiasts, it's the Mac B61. Introduced as part of the famous B series in 1953, the B61 would go on to become one of the most successful and recognizable trucks in Mac's entire history. Even today, decades after production ended, many veteran drivers still consider it one of the greatest trucks Mac ever built. The 1950s were a transformative period for the trucking industry. America's highway network was expanding, freight volumes were increasing, and trucking companies needed dependable equipment that could operate day after day with minimal downtime. The B61 arrived at exactly the right moment. What made the B61 special was its perfect balance of simplicity, durability, and capability. The truck featured Mac's iconic rounded hood design, large chrome grille, and unmistakable Bulldog mascot perched proudly on the hood. It wasn't just a truck, it was a symbol of toughness. Drivers knew immediately when they saw a B61 coming down the highway. Under the hood, buyers could choose from a variety of gasoline and diesel engines, including Mac's respected Thermodyne diesel engines. These engines became legendary for their reliability and fuel efficiency. Truckers often joked that a well-maintained Thermodyne would outlive its owner. And while that may have been an exaggeration, many of these engines truly did operate for hundreds of thousands of miles. The B61 quickly earned a reputation as a truck that could handle almost any job. It hauled freight across the country, transported construction materials, worked in logging operations, and served countless industries throughout North America. Whether operating on paved highways or rough back roads, the truck consistently proved its worth. Another reason drivers respected the B61 was its rugged construction. Mac built these trucks to withstand punishment. Thick steel frames, heavy-duty driveline components, and durable suspensions allowed them to survive workloads that would destroy lighter-duty competitors. Owners appreciated the truck's longevity, while mechanics valued its straightforward design and serviceability. Number 6. Mac H67 H model. Some trucks were respected because they were reliable. Others were respected because they were powerful. But the Mac H67 earned admiration for a completely different reason. It looked unlike anything else on the road. Introduced in 1951, the Mac H model was one of the most distinctive trucks ever produced by Mac. At a time when most trucks featured long conventional hoods, the H67 adopted a cab-over-engine design, placing the driver directly above the engine. This unusual layout gave the truck its famous nickname, the Needlenose. One look at its incredibly narrow hood and unique profile was enough to understand where the name came from. The design wasn't created simply to stand out. It solved a real problem facing the trucking industry. As freight volumes increased and regulations limited overall vehicle length, trucking companies needed more cargo space without increasing total truck length. By moving the cab forward and placing it over the engine, Mac allowed operators to pull longer trailers while staying within legal limits. For drivers, climbing into an H67 was a completely different experience from driving a conventional truck. Sitting high above the road provided excellent forward visibility, which was particularly useful in crowded cities and busy freight terminals. The truck's compact dimensions also made maneuvering easier in tight spaces. Under the cab, Mac equipped the H67 with powerful diesel engines capable of handling serious commercial work. These engines delivered the torque necessary for hauling heavy freight while maintaining the durability that Mac customers expected. Like many classic Mac trucks, the H67 developed a reputation for being able to work long hours under demanding conditions. Number 5. Mac R model. If there is one Mac truck that perfectly represents the company's reputation for toughness, reliability, and longevity, it is the Mac R model. Introduced in 1966, the R model wasn't just another successful truck. It became one of the longest-running and most respected truck designs in North American history. What makes the R model truly remarkable is how long it remained in production. While most truck designs are replaced after a decade or two, the R model continued in various forms for nearly 40 years. That kind of longevity doesn't happen by accident. It happens when a truck earns the trust of drivers, fleet owners, mechanics, and entire industries. When the R model first appeared, the trucking world was changing rapidly. Freight transportation was growing, interstate highways were expanding, and operators needed trucks capable of handling greater demands than ever before. Mac responded with a design that combined modern engineering with the rugged durability that had defined the company for decades. The R model featured a clean, practical, conventional layout. Its square hood, durable steel construction, and functional design gave it a no-nonsense appearance. It wasn't flashy, and it wasn't built to impress people at truck stops. It was built to work, and work it did. Under the hood, buyers could choose from a range of Mac diesel engines, including the legendary Maxidyne engine introduced in the late 1960s. The Maxidyne revolutionized trucking by providing a much broader power band than many competing engines. This allowed drivers to shift less frequently while maintaining strong pulling power, making the truck easier and more efficient to operate. Truckers quickly noticed the difference. Instead of constantly working through multiple gears on hills and heavy loads, many drivers could let the engine do more of the work. This not only improved productivity, but also reduced driver fatigue during long days behind the wheel. The R model became a favorite in nearly every corner of the trucking industry. Long-haul fleets used it to move freight across thousands of miles. The construction companies relied on it for demanding job site work. Logging operations, municipal services, heavy-haul contractors, and countless other industries put the truck to work in some of the toughest conditions imaginable. Number 4. Mac DM800. Some trucks were built for highways. Some were built for cities. The Mac DM800 was built for places where ordinary trucks simply couldn't survive. Introduced as part of Mac's DM series in the 1960s, the DM800 quickly became one of the most respected heavy-duty vocational trucks ever produced. The letters DM stood for domestic model, but among truckers and construction workers, the truck earned a reputation for something much greater, being nearly indestructible. At first glance, the DM800 looked different from most conventional highway tractors. Its cab was mounted slightly forward, allowing more weight to be distributed across the front axle. This design wasn't about appearance, it was about performance. Heavy vocational industries needed trucks capable of carrying enormous loads while maintaining stability and durability under extreme conditions. The DM800 found its true home in quarries, mines, construction projects, logging operations, oil fields, and other demanding environments where equipment was pushed to its limits every single day. While highway trucks spent most of their lives on pavement, DM800s often worked on rough dirt roads, muddy job sites, steep grades, and terrain that would destroy lighter vehicles. Under the hood, Mac offered some of its most powerful diesel engines. Many DM800s were equipped with Mac's legendary Maxidyne engines, known throughout the industry for delivering massive low-end torque. This gave operators the pulling power necessary to move oversized loads, heavy machinery, and enormous quantities of construction materials without constantly shifting gears. Truckers respected the DM800 because it was built like industrial equipment rather than a typical truck. Massive steel frames, heavy-duty suspensions, reinforced driveline components, and rugged axles allowed it to withstand years of abuse. In some applications, these trucks routinely hauled loads weighing many times more than what a standard highway tractor would ever encounter. The truck's reputation for longevity became legendary. It wasn't unusual for a well-maintained DM800 to remain in service for decades. Many operators kept them working long after newer trucks arrived because the older Mac simply continued doing the job reliably. In industries where downtime could cost thousands of dollars per day, that dependability was invaluable. Number 3. Mac Cruiseliner. By the mid-1970s, trucking was entering a new era. Freight volumes were growing, Highways stretched across the continent, and drivers were spending more time on the road than ever before. Truckers needed vehicles that could maximize cargo space while still delivering the durability Mack was famous for. Mack's answer was the Cruiseliner, one of the most advanced and recognizable cab-over-engine trucks the company ever built. Introduced in 1975, the Mack Cruiseliner represented a major evolution from earlier cab-over designs. Unlike the narrow and rugged H model of the 1950s, the Cruiseliner was designed with long-haul trucking in mind. It offered more interior space, better visibility, improved driver comfort, and modern styling that reflected the changing demands of the industry. The timing couldn't have been better. During the 1970s, overall vehicle length regulations in many areas favored cab-over trucks because they allowed operators to maximize trailer length without exceeding legal limits. As a result, cab-over models became extremely popular among long-haul fleets, and the Cruiseliner quickly established itself as one of the most respected trucks in that category. One of the truck's biggest strengths was its versatility. Operators could configure the Cruiseliner for regional hauling, coast-to-coast freight operations, tanker service, heavy hauling, and numerous other applications. The spacious cab provided a much improved working environment compared to earlier cab-over trucks, something drivers greatly appreciated during long trips. Truckers respected the Cruiseliner not only because of its power, but because of its practicality. The cab tilted forward, allowing mechanics easier access to the engine for maintenance and repairs. This reduced downtime and simplified servicing, which was a major advantage for fleet operators. Number 2. Mac Super-Liner. If the Mac R model was the dependable workhorse of the trucking world, then the Mac Super-Liner was the heavyweight champion. Introduced in 1977, the Super-Liner wasn't designed for ordinary jobs. It was built for truckers who needed maximum power, maximum durability, and a truck capable of handling some of the toughest hauling assignments in North America. From the moment it appeared, the Super-Liner made an impression. The truck featured a massive conventional hood, a large radiator, heavy-duty frame rails, and an aggressive stance that immediately communicated strength. Even parked at a truck stop, the Super-Liner looked ready to pull a mountain. But this truck wasn't about appearance, it was about performance. The late 1970s and 1980s were a period when heavy haul operations were expanding. Construction equipment, oversized industrial machinery, logging loads, and specialized freight often required trucks with extraordinary pulling power. Mack developed the Super-Liner specifically to meet those demands. One of the truck's greatest advantages was its ability to accommodate larger and more powerful engines than many of Mack's other models. Buyers could choose from Mack's most capable diesel engines, including high-horsepower versions of the legendary Maxidine. These engines delivered the torque needed to move enormous loads through mountains, construction zones, and long stretches of highway. Truckers quickly learned that the Super-Liner excelled where many other trucks struggled. Steep grades, oversized trailers, and extreme workloads became part of its daily routine. Operators in heavy-haul industries especially appreciated its robust construction and ability to withstand years of punishment. The truck's spacious conventional design also provided advantages for maintenance and cooling. With more room under the hood, mechanics could access components more easily, and the large cooling system helped manage the heat generated during demanding operations. When hauling heavy loads day after day, these practical advantages mattered. Throughout the 1980s, the Super-Liner became a favorite among owner-operators and heavy-haul specialists. Many drivers viewed it as the ultimate Mac, a truck that combined brute strength with the reliability the company was known for. It wasn't unusual to see Super-Liners pulling equipment that weighed tens of thousands of pounds across difficult terrain and long distances. Number 1. Mac RW613 Super-Liner. When truckers talk about the greatest Mac ever built, one name comes up again and again: the Mac RW613 Super-Liner. Not the most luxurious, not the most technologically advanced, but when it came to power, durability, road presence, and respect among drivers, few trucks in history could match it. Introduced in the late 1970s as part of the Super-Liner family, the RW613 quickly became the flagship of Mac's heavy-duty lineup. While many trucks were designed to handle freight, the RW613 was designed to dominate it. This was a truck built for owner-operators, heavy-haul specialists, logging companies, and drivers who demanded the very best from their equipment. Everything about the RW613 was larger than life. The long hood seemed to stretch endlessly in front of the driver. The massive grille, dual air cleaners, towering exhaust stacks, and iconic Bulldog ornament created a presence that commanded attention wherever the truck went. When an RW613 rolled into a truck stop, people noticed. But what truly earned the truck its legendary reputation was what lay beneath that enormous hood. The RW613 could be equipped with some of Mac's most powerful engines, including high-output versions of the Maxidine diesel. These engines produced tremendous low-end torque, allowing the truck to pull heavy loads with remarkable confidence. Whether climbing mountain grades, hauling oversized construction equipment, or moving freight across thousands of miles of highway, the RW613 consistently delivered the performance operators expected. Drivers respected the truck because it was engineered for real-world work. The heavy-duty frame could handle extreme stress. The rugged suspension absorbed punishment from rough roads and heavy trailers. The driveline components were built to survive years of demanding service. This wasn't a truck designed around marketing promises. It was designed around results. Throughout the 1980s, the RW613 became a symbol of success in the trucking industry. Many owner-operators viewed owning one as a badge of honor. It represented independence, professionalism, and the ability to tackle jobs that lesser trucks simply couldn't handle. For many drivers, parking a Super-Liner in the driveway meant they had made it. The truck also gained a reputation for longevity. Well-maintained examples routinely remained in service for decades. Some accumulated extraordinary mileage while continuing to perform reliably. In an industry where downtime costs money, that durability translated directly into respect. Which of these legendary Mac trucks is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible trucking history.